The last stand of French pride. Jean-Paul adjusted his rear-view mirror, catching a glimpse of his meticulously maintained mustache, the last bastion of his dignity in these changing times. His beloved Facel, once the pride of French automotive excellence, now sat mockingly under the scrutiny of a pint-sized savage in a polyester headdress. "Can you believe the youth today?" he muttered to Mimi, who was busy reorganizing her handbag for the fourth time that morning. "In my day, children respected their elders and their automobiles." "And in my day," Mimi replied, applying another layer of lipstick, "husbands didn't smoke Gauloise inside their precious vehicles." She waved away the cloud of smoke that had become Jean-Paul's permanent aura. The boy, clearly a product of American television and too many cowboy films, continued his assault on French sophistication. Each plastic arrow that bounced off the Facel's hood was like a dart to Jean-Paul's heart. The car might have seen better days, hadn't they all? But it remained a symbol of everything he held dear: elegance, tradition, and the superior taste of the French bourgeoisie. "Clapped out Facel." The words echoed through the street like a revolutionary's cry. Jean-Paul's face turned the color of a perfectly ripened tomato, while Mimi's slaps rang out like shots from the Bastille. As they finally pulled away from the curb, Jean-Paul could see the boy in his mirror, rubbing his head and sticking out his tongue. "The world is changing too fast," he lamented, shifting gears with exaggerated flourish. "First it was the Beatles, then it was the mini-skirts, and now children dress as cowboys and insult French engineering." Mimi patted his arm consolingly while checking her makeup in her compact mirror. "At least we still have our dignity, mon chéri." Just then the Faisal made a sound like a dying accordion and began to sputter. Smoke, distinctly mechanical rather than Gauloise, began pouring from under the hood. They rolled to a stop, directly in front of a newly opened McDonald's. From somewhere behind them, a high-pitched voice carried on the wind. "Told you it was clapped out." Jean-Paul slumped over the steering wheel, his cigarette drooping sadly. Mimi simply opened her handbag, pulled out a fresh lipstick, and said with perfect Parisian resignation, "Well, at least we can get some of those American French fries while we wait for the mechanic." The final insult, Jean-Paul thought, as he watched his wife march toward the Golden Arches. Even the French fries weren't really French anymore.